What is up, Sideways fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something that I kind of usually don't try to figure out and do in cars, but since I'm having problem with parts and getting MSC tack adapter, we're going to be working on the Mark III Supra today. So this is Adrian's car. Customer hasn't kind of picked up the car yet, only because of the fact that we had a couple issues of how we were doing things, and things kind of got changed in between everything. And now we need to make sure that the tack on the cluster works and everything else too. I assume this was a turbo automatic car, or the car he was bringing was a turbo automatic car. I don't know how he all explained it to me. Anyways, the car's NA, car's automatic, and tack doesn't work because it's not a turbo car, and you have to run a tack adapter to have it work, or some other way of doing it, Dakota Digital or whatever you want to use. Well, from my experience of doing Toyota for a long time, you can bypass the resistor or add another resistor, and it works. So we're going to try to get that gauge working today. Everything else in the car that's important is functioning. You got a temperature gauge. We're going to try to get the tack working, and then pretty much as long as we can get a speedo working, it's a cable, then he'll be on his way. So let's go ahead and get this done. I'm going to go ahead and pull the cluster out of the car right now. I'm going to show you everything we need to pull apart for the dash to kind of get it apart. I've actually already pulled it out, so I'm just going to walk through it real quick for you, and then I'm going to break the whole cluster down for you guys so you guys can see how to pull the thing apart, and let's see if we can figure out how to bypass this tack. So really quickly, you're going to have hardware up in here. 1, 2, 3, one over there. You're going to have one down here that's going to mount in here. It's kind of hard to see, but it is right here. My finger is. You're going to have to unplug all of your connectors, and your speedo cable clips into that right there. So kind of self-explanatory, not too gnarly. This is where your bezel will bolt in. You'll have one on both corners. Do not forget about these. You will break it if you don't. And then you'll have these bolts up on top that you'll see that will go all the way around to have the bezel in. I mean, it's an older car, not going to be too crazy, going to be pretty easy to do. So let's go over here real fast. So this is the NA cluster. The turbo cluster has some other stuff on it, and obviously if your car is an NA car, it's kind of pointless to, you know, even try to plug in a GTE one, because I'm not even sure if it even works. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to go ahead and remove all of these little screws that hold the bezel down to the back paneling with all of this stripping and everything. Once the front piece comes off, we're gonna go ahead and remove the screws right here that are for the tack. All these screws are going to have to come out, and then the whole entire tachometer will fall out of the front of the cluster. I do have a video similar to this online about Mark IVs and how to bypass the tack for turbo. I'm hoping we can do it on this. This would be really, really cool to do it, because it's going to save everybody a lot of money and a lot of time. So let me get it apart real quick, and we will kind of go over where all the mounting bolts are so you know what to pull apart without breaking it, and then we'll get it out and we'll see if it's even possible. Holy crap, well that was a lot to do. So anyways, on this piece, it won't actually let you remove it until you've actually removed the bolts that go through. So you got like the one here, the one here, the one here, and then you're gonna have like this one right here. You're gonna have to remove as well. You gotta kind of just look at everything. You're gonna have to make sure you unplug the clock. It plugs in back here, and then there's another unit that comes in here that comes around from here in the same order that it is here. So, and then every vent you'll have to unbolt as well. So this is actually a pain in the ass. Everything's kind of brittle and easy to break. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and unbolt the tack, get it out, and then we'll check it out and see what we can find. All right, guys, so this is gonna be my first time trying it. I just picked the first resistor. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I mean, usually I'm pretty good with electrical, so let's give it a first test fire. We should see the tack jump as soon as we put the key forward, like almost just blip if we get a signal. Oh, we got a blip. All right, we're good to go on the BTI. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, yeah, that's what's up, hell yeah. Yeah. Nice, dude. I love being right. Cannot say how stoked I am right now. I mean, it also saves the customer a whole bunch of money. So, I mean, I bet he's going to be stoked too seeing this video. So, I mean, it's a service that we probably could charge for, but I mean, I just like being a nice guy and handling it for you guys. Plus, this is going to be super awesome because everyone's going to tell you, go online, get a resistor, blah, 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 change this, change that. It's like, dude, like, even if it's 200 RPMs off or something, like, that's why you have your BTI, and like every bypass or tack adapter is going to be a little bit off regardless, but that is awesome. Super stoked to be able to have picked it the first resistor I picked. And like, I'm not, this wasn't like rigged or like, or anything where it's like, oh yeah, you know, like he just said that. Like, no, dude, like I 100% was like, I'm picking this one first, the one on the opposite side of the blue one, because all the old Corolla stuff is like that too. So really cool. Nobody makes any of these videos for a lot of the other cars, so I'll probably make one of those for these as well. So let me go ahead and once again pull that back out real quick. Get it back on my little table at the back of my GS300. This thing's not painted yet, so I don't really care. Once it's painted, there's no way in hell we're using that for a table, but little workbench for right now, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna get all this hardware stuff all back in. This is a whole bunch of mess of, oh my God, but I'm excited. So just showing the excitement to you guys right now. Let me go ahead and get that back together, and we'll get it back in the car and get the whole thing back together and get this thing out of here. Alrighty, so I got this back out. So what you're gonna do is, you see right here the resistor, that's the tach resistor, okay? So you're gonna obviously wanna cut all these wires down and get them around there real nice and tight. I'm gonna go ahead and solder this onto this resistor on both sides of the resistor, like that. So I mean, if you've seen any of my other Mark IV Supra or ST300 bypasses, it's the same thing, but this is the resistor that you're gonna wanna pick. Don't pick the one down there. That's it, guys. So basically, remove everything for your NA car. If it was a GTE, it would already read, because basically what happens is this is set for a distributor, not that's gonna have like standard, you know, like just distributor with the coil built into the distributor. That's not gonna be a coil pack. When you have a coil pack, you're gonna have to do this. So it was really cool seeing that move like that. I couldn't even believe it. You know, I've been actually fighting doing this for years, and just by luck today, we were just like, hey dude, like, can we just go ahead and like just make it happen for this customer and just get this thing done? And I want him to be happy. So saving customers money, they're always pretty stoked. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick solder, tighten these wires on here good so it can look at least kind of decent. And then we'll put it all back together, guys, and get it together. So give me 1 second to set up my little soldering station, and we'll get it done. All right, guys, so as easy as that. Obviously make sure that it's not touching this blue resistor right here. I know it looks like it's very, very, like it was touching from up top, but it's not. So solder your 2 points on, and then just go ahead and bolt it all back in, and then we'll be done. I'll put it all back together so you can see it running. And yeah. Alrighty, guys, just so we can show that all the gauges are working now. Tach's good. Temp's coming up right now because it's still kind of slow. We got a reading on everything now, and even speedometer. I mean, obviously that wasn't part of this video, but the customer, I'm sure, is going to watch this. So let me go ahead and just put it in like 4th real quick, see if it is installed on the lift. You can see right there, you got a speedometer. It works too, bud. So you finish putting all this up together at the end of the video. Alrighty, guys. So as we can see, she's all back together inside, looking nice and pretty. The car definitely didn't look like this when it came to us. But anyways, guys, I hope that ended up helping you guys with a really big problem that most of the old JDM cars have. I mean, I would say the majority of all the Mark IIs and Mark IIIs that we do end up not having a working tach when they come in and then leave with it working. I mean, it happens in Mark IVs too, but that's just like a whole other video that you guys have already seen. So anyways, guys, let me know if you guys have any questions or concerns. I think I was pretty thorough with this video, because a few of the people that were watching our Mark IV video were saying that I wasn't thorough enough, or it didn't work for them or whatever. If you do it the exact way that I just did it, there's no reason that shouldn't be working for you. I mean, super, super awesome. Glad to give you guys some information. Till next time, guys, peace.